You could find a mop and a bucket that is better than Austin Wells in any spot. Lefty, righty, I don't care if the pitcher throws with both hands at the same time. Austin Wells should be buried on the bench and should not be seeing any reps. They should have got the sweep in this game. They got too cute. He went to the bullpen too much. He tried to outthink baseball once again. Listen, man, you guys can give me WAR, OPS, all that bullshit. Baseball is a simplistic game. It's been played for over 128 years, and it's going to be that way in another 100 years, okay? So sometimes, keep it simple, stupid. That's the best adage in baseball.
A well-rested bullpen. Will they let Schlittler go out for the sixth? You see somebody walking around out there, but no one is on the mound. De Los Santos had just got up. Now that he's going back out.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. Boone blows it in the Bronx again. We've got highlights. We've got Aaron Boone's excuse train. Also, Shohei Ohtani in trouble again? Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk for sports nuts.
Well, there you have it, guys. Aaron Boone got his hands on tonight's game, and he blew it in the Bronx by taking Cam Schlittler out of the game after the fifth inning. Aaron Boone sits in press conference after press conference, and as I like to say at the excuse train, and say we need more length from our starters. We need more length from our starters to alleviate the bullpen, and we need to shorten up the games. Well, guess what? You cut that short tonight with Cam Schlittler having 80 pitches in the fifth inning when he still has 20 to 25 pitches in his arsenal, and you could get a sixth inning out of him. You go to the bullpen. This is where analytics meets old school baseball, where the computer meets the eyeball. Anybody that's played Little League or any level of baseball knew to keep Killer Cam Schlittler in this game tonight. The dude easily throws 98, and he wasn't running out of gas. Cam Schlittler still has 20 pitches in his arsenal. He's on 5 days rest. You have an off day tomorrow, and you won't see Cam until Tampa Bay of next week. So why, Boone, are you taking him out of the goddamn game? This guy's dealing and working on making himself into a major league pitcher, and this is a perfect game for him to come back in the sixth inning, close the door in the sixth inning, and start working towards his resume of becoming a real deal starter that this franchise can rely on in the postseason. This is all about checking boxes with young pitchers and giving them experience in the right experiences. Cam Schlittler was killing it tonight. He gave up 2 hits, 6 strikeouts, and only 2 earned runs. So there was absolutely no reason, Boone, for you to take Killer Cam out of this goddamn game other than you had Brian Cashman's head up your ass, or you were looking in the computer too much and looking about analytics. You're supposed to be a baseball guy, Aaron Boone. So tonight is a perfect example of how Aaron Boone fucked himself out of a win. The Yankees desperately needed this win. They need to compile wins ASAP, leading up until the Boston Red Sox series, and that's facts. And they let this slip through their hands tonight, and it was Aaron Boone's fault. Another thing that was Aaron Boone's fault tonight was not pinch hitting for Austin Wells. I don't know how many times I got to fucking say this. Austin Wells, I don't want to see him again. I don't care if Ben Rice has to catch 3 nights in a row. He's our catcher from now on. Austin Wells needs to be buried on the bench. And I don't care if you don't believe in batting average, but I do. His batting average is 208, okay? His OPS is 600, which is goddamn terrible. He has a negative 0.2 WAR. Wins above replacement, folks, 0.-2. You know how hard that is to do? So Austin Wells is another example of guys that he keeps giving chances and keeps giving chances and keeps giving chances. And frankly, the Yankees are really good at developing catchers, and we keep letting them walk out the door for guys like that. Do you remember the catcher on the Marlins who ate our lunch that whole series? We gave him up in the Jazz deal. It looks like we kept the wrong catcher, guys. Austin Wells is a automatic out at this point. And you can have that going into the postseason. And maybe if he wasn't doing so many breakfast burrito videos, and it seems like he's another one with his head in the clouds and doesn't have the eye of the tiger. Shohei Ohtani in a real estate deal gone wrong? Let's go to the videotape, because all I know is that I keep hearing this guy's name in the news, and it's never good.
For one of baseball's biggest stars, if not MLB's biggest star, period. We're talking about Dodgers MVP Shohei Ohtani, with the pitcher and his agent accused of sabotaging a massive real estate project in Hawaii. $240 million we're talking about. You're seeing pictures of this project here, these luxury houses on the big island of Hawaii that go for about $17 million each.
So what happened was a lot of real estate companies bring big names in, like let's say Michael Jordan, Shohei Ohtani. They bring them in as a poster child. They give them a house in the complex. And then now they're the face of getting people to come into this complex. It's like, hey, when they're showing around the house, they go, do you know that Shohei Ohtani lives in the complex? Just going to say, even though Shohei Ohtani will probably never spend a day there and he'll own the property. Also, he'll get a cut of the $250 million real estate deal. But what happened was apparently they brought Shohei Ohtani on, and these celebrities or sports athletes are just supposed to be on for the ride, do a couple of commercials, smile and wave. But apparently Shohei Ohtani and his agent got heavily involved in this real estate deal to the point where they bumped the guy that originally made the deal out of the deal. Now that guy is suing Shohei Ohtani for $15 million plus for his cut of the real estate deal. So pretty much in layman's terms was Shohei Ohtani had nothing to do with this. They brought him in to be a poster child, and apparently he went full diva, complained so much, and he got the head real estate agent on the project fired, and it was the guy's baby to begin with. So now he's suing Shohei Ohtani, and not to mention, this goes on the heels of the Angels beating the Los Angeles Dodgers again. They're 4-0 against the Dodgers this year, and also the Dodgers are only one game up on the Padres in first place. So this is perfect timing for Shohei Ohtani to come up. But the reason that I bring this up is that the fact that I'm always hearing Shohei Ohtani's name brought up in something, and we all know about the gambling scandal with his interpreter of last year. So what I'm saying is, let me know in the comments below. Do you think Shohei Ohtani's a good guy? Because every time I turn around, he always has to speak through an interpreter. He never has to answer things head on. And I bet you the man has a better command of the English language than I do, which is a pretty easy thing. But I don't think he's a good dude. And in fact, I think he does a lot of scummy shit. And he's so big and beyond baseball and so global and such a cash cow that these guys can't even touch him anymore. That Major League Baseball can't touch these guys. I think that Major League Baseball is going out of their way to protect their players now that are getting in cheating scandals. I mean, those Cleveland Indians players had their lockers ripped out before the ink on the report was even dry. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter steals $250,000 from him, gambles on it. Listen, Shohei Ohtani was giving money to his interpreter, and he was betting on baseball. Now you have this real estate deal, and everyone talks about he deferred his money, and Shohei doesn't care about money, and his mother still has a job in Japan. Listen, all this Disneyland bullshit story that you could make up, this dude's a gangster. This dude bets on baseball, and this dude is obsessed with the dollar bill, and he will do anything, and he's cutthroat. Do you think a guy that good at baseball, that gets that competitive, and that is that good at his class, isn't competitive in other areas in his life, or he's just walking around like the lost boy in the woods routine? Because I've had it with Shohei Ohtani. Also, his interpreter isn't in jail yet. I'll repeat that. His interpreter that got arrested for suing instead of Shohei Ohtani for betting on baseball, he's not in jail yet. So, guys, this stinks to high heaven. Cleveland Indians players, a whiff of them gambling on something. Lockers ripped out. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter bets on baseball, and now he's being sued by this real estate guy for undercutting him and unscrupulous practices with him and his agent when this man makes $1 billion. He needs to cut real estate agents out of deals in Hawaii. That is like a psychopath level. And you know what? They're like, let's say, and this is all allegedly, by the way. All of this is allegedly. But as the story comes out more and more, baseball is going to have to backpedal and try to find more excuses for their cash cow golden boy, Shohei Ohtani. Now let's boop, boop, all aboard the excuse train. It's time for Aaron Boone's post-game press conference.
Inning with Wells coming up against the lefty. Was there any consideration pinch hitting Goldschmidt for him?
No, he hurt himself last night, the knee, so he wasn't available tonight.
Is it a day-to-day thing, or
Hoping could be an IL, could be a day-to-day. We'll kind of see here over the next 24 hours which way we'll go with it.
you know which knee it was?
I can find out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Schlittler at 86 pitches. Did you consider having him go back out for the sixth inning?
Yeah, I mean, it was a conversation. He'd thrown, it was like 52 over the fourth and fifth inning, though, and just coming through obviously a tough part of the lineup. And, Buxton, the time prior, had seen a ton of pitches before, hitting the double against them. I just felt like it was 86, but over 50 those last two innings. So it's like, how much more are you going to get? I felt like he really had to grind through the fourth and the fifth there. And, he set us up, especially.
Yeah, but that's when you take a young pitcher like that and you send him back out there. You already won the series. This is the Minnesota Twins. He's not facing killers out there. Just because one guy had a good at-bat against him and he had 45 pitches in 2 innings, everybody else on your pitching staff, Aaron Boone, does that. Max Fried does that. Carlos Rodon does that. Will Warren does that. So it would be just like everybody else. So you need to send him out there because think about this. Instead of a loss tonight, you send him back out there. He blows the game. You know what? Learning experience for the kid, learning experience for you, learning experience for everybody. But let's say Cam Schlittler comes in and closes the door in the 6th inning. Do you know what that does for a guy's confidence moving forward? For those little experiences that young pitchers need that they get into that they haven't faced before. And when they get into it, hey, remember that time I came in the 6th inning against the Twins and I shut the door on those guys? Everybody doubted me and I came in and I showed and I proved to the franchise, I proved to Aaron Boone that I could do it. You give the kid the green light, you warm somebody up on the bullpen, and you have them ready. What's the problem with warming up Dos Santos in the bullpen, and if he lets up one guy, you bring somebody in? That's what used to happen in the 7th inning. In the 90s and early 2000s, when I grew up watching baseball, what happened was you would take the starter, you'd bring him into the 6th or 7th inning. Once they put one guy on, you take him out. Now, why wouldn't you do the same thing with Cam Schlittler? It's 1-1. If he puts one guy on, You bring De Los Santos in. He's a ground ball pitcher. He can probably get the double play. He's been leading the team and the pitching staff in double plays the past 2 weeks. He has been pitching well. But also, if you go to the well too many times, if you go searching in the bullpen, one of those dudes will not have it. Okay? Out of 6 guys, every time you add another person to the equation, Aaron, am I talking to Aaron Boone because he doesn't fucking know this? So Rage Against the Machine, Aaron Boone, if you're listening to the computer, you're the reason that you're not going to have a job. And then when he's sitting in his living room and he's jobless or he's doing commentary for ESPN, he's like, man, maybe I should have told him to go fuck himself a couple of times when they told me to do X or Y. And maybe I should have stuck up for myself and had a little bit more of a backbone, because the man has been coaching for 8 years at $6 million a year. So he's got plenty of money. It's not like he has to work again, and his family has a generational wealth. So, Boone, don't you want to coach this team? It's fucking unreal.
Actually, going into an off day and rested up Penn, felt like we could get there.
What did you see from De Los Santos in that 6th inning?
Yeah, gets ahead of Buxton there, and Bolt makes a great play. Then generates weak contact there with Keyshaw, just kind of places it right, and then just got into a deep count with Clemens there, who obviously.
It's another thing. When a starting pitcher is going like that, and he's only given up 2 hits and 1 earned run so far, the other team is obviously not picking his stuff up well enough or not catching up to the velocity enough. Remember in the 90s when Pedro Martinez against the Boston Red Sox, we would hope and pray that guy would get out of the game, and as soon as he would leave after the 7th inning, when he would get 1 runner on, they would pull him. That's when the baseball game would start, and that's when the Yankees would start going to work. I've said it before, as a young team, what these guys should be doing is trying to work at bats from 8 to 10 pitches, every single dude from the 5th inning down. Work these starters out of the goddamn game, and then you start the clown car of bullpen guys, and one dude will not have it. And when you see the one guy that doesn't have it, you better execute and take advantage of it, because the Yankees let this win slip through their hands. I am not happy about this. They shouldn't be happy about this. The series win shouldn't have a good taste in their mouth, because they should have got the sweep in this game. They got too cute. He went to the bullpen too much. He tried to outthink baseball once again. Listen, man, you guys can give me WAR, OPS, all that bullshit. Baseball is a simplistic game. It's been played for over 128 years, and it's going to be that way in another 100 years, okay? So sometimes keep it simple, stupid. That's the best adage in baseball.
Change the game.
Brendan.
Goldschmidt hurt himself on the double, right?
No, on the pop-up that he caught. Like the inning before that.
So I didn't know that Paul Goldschmidt, no one did. Obviously, the whole reporting staff didn't know either. Paul Goldschmidt hurt his knee while sliding. Well, he was catching a ball, hit the grass and the dirt at the same time. His left leg slid, so he came up a little limp after that. But also, you can find anybody on that bench, a right-handed bat. You could find a mop in a bucket that is better than Austin Wells in any spot. Lefty, righty, I don't care if the pitcher throws with both hands at the same time. Austin Wells should be buried on the bench and should not be seeing any reps. Ben Rice is the everyday catcher. And then when Ben Rice needs a day off, that's when Austin Wells catch. There used to be a saying back in the day, a 5th-day catcher. We always had a Benji Molina, a Sal Fasano, chicken cutlet Sal Fasano, as our 5th-day catcher. Guys that hit 180. Joe Girardi was our 5th-day catcher at one point. Guys that hit 125 but have excellent defense behind the plate. That's Austin Wells. Ben Rice is a professional hitter. Ben Rice, he's had the most bad luck outs. I think he's third in Major League Baseball this year with bad luck outs. And if he keeps it up next year, he's going to have a huge breakout year. And he's learning catcher on the fly. He's learned first base. He's learned catcher. He's had to DH. This guy has had so much adversity this year, and he has thrived. Those are the winners on this team. The Luke Weavers, the Ben Rice, the Tim Hills, the now Bender. These guys, those are the tough makeup guys that are going to get us into the playoffs and hopefully win this division.
Couple innings before. Yeah.
Gotcha. And did he go through tests?
He has. Yeah. I don't have a full diagnosis yet, but do we have
I don't have anything.
Yeah.
No.
So he's dealing with something. So we'll see if it's an IL situation. He was pretty sore last night and this morning. I know feels like doing quite a bit better right now. So we'll see.
Clap.
And we spoke about Schlittler a lot before the game and what he does so well. What did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, I thought he was really good, actually. The fastball it's always good, but man, it just, especially when obviously it plays up in the zone, but he's really good down with it, like just with that angle that he creates. And then he can work the secondary off.
Aaron Boone was so impressed with him that he had to take him out of the game. He's like, Cam, you're doing so well. I'm going to take you out. That's a good move.
For that. Like he had a couple good sequences where he popped that low strike with the heater and then breaking ball off it where he gets some chase. Thought he was really good. And first 3 innings just kind of cruising through. I think he was 34 pitches through 3. He kind of labored a little bit in that 4th and 5th. So he set us up to win a game.
So Cam Schlittler set Aaron Boone up to win a game, and he had it, and he blew it. You had your chance, and you blew it. Aaron Boone, you had your chance to win this game tonight, and you blew it. All right. Well, enough out of me. They got a day off tomorrow. The New York Yankees going down to St. Louis. It's going to be another crucial series that they have to win. St. Louis is not a good team. They got to get a sweep. They got to start piling up wins. But I like how the Yankees bullpen, their starting rotation, they're starting to get in a good rhythm, and that's exactly what the Yankees need to do. They haven't been able to do it all season. It's been 1 step forward, 2 steps back all year long. They've been treading water, and then something happens. Either the bullpen blows it, they stop hitting, the starting pitching goes haywire, Aaron Boone goes ape shit once again, which he does probably twice a game. So the Yankees, good series win. First time since the All-Star break that they've actually won a series. So that's good. The Yankees need to start having small victories, start checking boxes, and let's get to this Boston Red Sox series next weekend. I am chomping at the bit for this Boston Red Sox series because I want it. I want the fucking Red Sox. I want all that smoke, and you can find all that smoke, New York Minute, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram. Also right here, New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts, baby. And remember, if you can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.